Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to the Elevate with Erica podcast. I'm your host, Erica. I did everything I was told to do in order to have a great life, but it turned out not feeling so great. I did the things in the order they said: college, job, marriage, kids, buying a home, but I wasn't happy. I was stressed, living paycheck to paycheck, unfulfilled, tired, and I knew there had to be more to life than wishing away the week. Until Friday. I surrounded myself with people who were proof there was more to life than the one I was living, and that's what I'm here to do for you and with you. Do you need the inspiration to make big moves, to create a life that gets you excited? Are you ready to elevate yourself past your fears? Then elevate with Erica. Grab a bottle and get comfy, friends. It's time for some unfiltered advice. Oh yeah, did you guys hear that? That is my Bud Light Seltzer. I make no apologies for that. It is Thursday afternoon, about 3:30, and my weekend officially is kicking off. We leave for camping tomorrow through Monday, and I am so excited. It's our final one of the summer. Hopefully the storms cut us some slack, but we will see. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Elevate with Erica. This episode is going to take a more tactical approach than my prior episodes, but I hope you guys can dig it. I get asked all the time how I get up every morning before my kids, how I stay so consistent in my workouts, where I get my energy and motivation from, am I really so positive every morning, etc. And along with those questions, I also get I'm not a morning person. I don't like to sweat. I don't like to work out. I wish I could be like you. My kids don't sleep. I don't have anyone to watch my kids comments. And I want to address it all today. I actually think it's a great time to do this too, because we are heading into a busy season of life, right? Back to school and sports, additional commutes related to those things, the holidays. Like, guys, we are only 4.5 months away from 2022. I am so sorry if I just stressed you out on a Monday morning. If that don't blow your damn mind, though. So it's so important for us as moms and parents, and even if you don't have kids, to control what we can when things get busy. And for me, it starts with controlling my morning, being in charge of how I wake up every single day. Your whole mood for the day can be impacted by the way your morning goes, right? Like, I'll take you through how I used to wake up. So either one of my boys would be crying in bed, or one of them would be staring me in the face. And let me tell you, the latter is actually more terrifying. Moms, parents, I know you feel me on that. There is never a moment where your kids are more terrifying than when their superpowers cause your eyes to open at too early a damn clock in the morning and they are there staring at you. Anyway, yes, so my alarm was my kids, because my kids have always woken me up at too early a clock. Then, of course, you lay there like, 1, why don't my kids sleep in? And 2, why am I always the one to get up with them? Fine, honey, you just stay here and sleep in an extra hour. Insert eye roll. You feel me? Then I shuffle out to get them breakfast because they are just famished, right? Starved. We never feed them. And all their little demands start coming in. They want this to eat, but that one wants that to eat. And they want this to drink. But no, mommy, I didn't mean chocolate milk. I meant hot chocolate. Why didn't you know that? And then help me turn the TV on. Help me put this movie in, etc. And then finally, you might get a chance to go make some coffee. Whether or not you drink it hot or cold, depends on the morning. And you rush to get ready for work. Then I'd come out 5 minutes before we had to leave and try and rush them to get ready, which, hello, kids move the slowest when you're in a hurry, right? Shuffling out the door just to forget a lunchbox inside or a shoe, and pulling up to the drop-off line like a mom on a damn mission. And then they get out. And then I was filled with so much guilt. Did I yell too much this morning? That's a terrible way for them to start their day. I feel so bad. I need to do better. I need to be a more patient mom. I need to get my shit together. Only to repeat the damn cycle the next day. I know I'm not alone in this. I had to make a change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. My whole daily mood changed when I figured out how to take control of my morning. And look, even if you don't have kids, you can relate to pushing snooze too many times, unexpected traffic, spilling your coffee on your outfit, being late to work. All that happens before anything else in your day, and boom, you've already told yourself it's going to be a bad day. So let me first just say, I know it's old school and it may feel super silly, but putting pen to paper is so damn powerful. You need something to read back to yourself when you start slipping into old bad habits. So put pen to paper, record on your phone or type into your notes why you want to take control of your morning, how it will feel to start your day that way, and what you're planning to do about it. Now, I like to work backwards when I'm allotting myself time to do things. It's just the way my mind works. So if you know you need to be out of the door by 7:30, or if you work from home and you know that you need to be sitting down and working by 8:30, work back from that time and account for everything you want to accomplish and how long each of those things will take realistically. Now, what's that time for you? That's going to be your ideal time that you need to wake up, okay? For me, when my kids are in school, that time is 5 at the latest. That's my goal. Now, I'm not saying you just rip the Band-Aid off and you just do that starting tomorrow. This is going to take time. You're going to sleep in a time or two. Show yourself some grace. We are imperfect humans. So let's talk about how I started waking up so early. Guess what? I didn't think I was a morning person either. I could sleep in till 11 a.m. before kids. I would stay up till midnight or later and then sleep the day away. So how did I get here to 5 a.m. alarms? Well, in increments. I know it's not glamorous, but it works. So each week I would wake up a little earlier until I got to the ideal wake up time I asked you to figure out for yourself earlier. So whether your increments be 10 or 15 minutes, whatever works for you. I started my morning by putting on the workout clothes I had laid out the night before, tying my hair up, a few cold water splashes on the face. Don't knock it, guys, till you try it. And brushing my teeth. It ain't fancy. It ain't sexy. But the 5 minutes that takes shifts me from, OMG, why is it 5 a.m.? Why am I awake? To, okay, I got this. I feel good. I'm on track. It's that little bit of control I have over my day, no matter what else happens, you know? Then I would go out to my workout space and turn on some music. I've even been known to light a citrus candle to wake up my senses too. And I write 3 things that I'm grateful for. Now, I'm going to move into talking about my workout. And I know some of you may not be morning workout people or even workout people at all, but hear me out. Working out in the morning is about more than burning calories, so much more. For me, it's about accomplishing something before your day even really starts. Accomplishing something for yourself before anyone else has a chance to ask you for a thing. Or before Duncan even has a chance to get your coffee wrong. It's about taking the wheel to the start of your day. And listen, I love my babies, but I don't want the demands of motherhood to be the first thing I'm doing every morning. Now, I mean, there was a phase where I couldn't control that. Hello, breastfeeding. But that was just a phase, and I knew it wouldn't be like that for long. And trust me, I don't always feel like pushing play on my workout, but without a doubt, 10 minutes in, I'm so happy I did. Now, by the time I finish my workout, my kids are usually awake, and they come in the middle of my workout, and they know Mommy is going to finish her workout before I get them anything. And even when I had a child that I had to physically go get out of bed, like a crib or something, okay, I'm going to change their diaper, feed them, lay them down with some toys while I finish my workout. Like, kids are not an excuse, guys, but they sure as hell can be a reason why. And I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable or you disagree, but I'm not here to keep us comfortable. You guys know that. A fellow coach I follow on social media said the other day, if you want to sit around and make sure you see your kid's first booger, then that's your problem. And I know that's a direct but also funny way to put it, but moms, parents, it's not selfish to take care of yourself. Stop being a martyr mom. Stop bragging about how exhausted you are and let's freaking do something about it. Life is passing you by. And sure, there will be days that are tougher than others to take control of, but most days, you can do something about it. So have a routine in place to control those days. All right, so I've addressed my morning routine and how I started waking up earlier. Oh, but before I leave that topic entirely, I do have to give credit where credit is due. I read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I may have mentioned that before on a prior episode. And listen, I'm no reader. I read super slow because I have to go back and read pages over again because I usually just have too many tabs open in my brain. But this book, I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't truly feel it could change your life. This one can. Go grab it, apply his practices, it works, and then tell me about it. Now, let's address motivation. I know I probably throw this word around all the time in my stories, and it's so overused in the fitness culture, and I actually just don't even really like the word. I'm not always motivated. I'm dedicated to things I say I'm going to do, and I'm determined to not fail. No one is always motivated. That's where I get my motivation, quote unquote, to push play in the morning. It's my dedication. Have you ever just had this craving come over you? Like, oh my God, I want this for dinner. I have to have it. And you go to the store and you buy all the ingredients only to come home and not feel like cooking. Boom. The motivation, gone. It's no different with workouts. Committing to day 1 or week 1 of the program, it's like, I got this. Then week 2, and it's like, ugh, I'm exhausted. I don't have time for this. I'm sore. I don't see changes. I'm failing. I quit. That's actually the path most people take because they weren't dedicated. You have to become dedicated before you even start, and you have to be dedicated to something deeper than a workout program. What do I mean by that? Well, why are you really wanting to work out? Not just because I want to weigh this or I want to be that size. Why do you want to be that size? Why do you want to weigh that? How do you feel when you're that size? How does it feel to accomplish a workout? Here's the old pen to paper thing again. Write that ish down. You're going to need it more often than you think, girlfriend, because motivation is a slippery little sucker. Hey, my movie buffs, name that movie. Now let's talk about my positivity. First and foremost, I'm going to start with something I myself am working on. Stop making social media the first thing you look at every morning. Unless it's to check in on the women in the accountability group that I run, because that will inspire you to take control of your day real quick. Stop letting the outside world influence your mood. Remember, like I said at the top of the episode, that morning mood can run your whole damn day. You can't help what you happen to scroll upon. 1 minute, you're just seeing what your friends and family did last night, and the next, it's a news article that gets your heart racing, or something someone says just rubs you the wrong way, or worse, you start comparing yourself to someone's little highlight squares on Instagram. But there is more to my positivity in the morning. 1, it's the routine I already discussed. By the time my face is in my stories, I've already done those things I mentioned to take control of my day, and I'm ready to push play on my workout. I've got my routine. I've got my music playing. I've got my favorite all-natural pre-workout ever, and I'm in I run this Beyonce mode. You know, there's even been times when I needed an extra push that I would look up a motivational video on YouTube to listen to while I set up my workstation and mixed up my pre-workout. I create the positivity is what I'm saying. You don't feel something, you don't have something, go create it, go get it, surround yourself with it, drown yourself in whatever it is you know would have you generating more positive thoughts about your day. And if you don't know what that is for you, that's okay. Start trying things on for size. Figure out what works for you. Just like no one is motivated all the time, no one is positive all the time. You have to create routines in your life that allow you to stay dedicated when you're not motivated, and that gets you in a more positive mindset when life feels heavy. Now, I'm not saying we can't feel sad sometimes, but your thoughts control your actions, so just don't unpack and live in that darkness. You know what I'm saying? And to then take that a step further and move into the comments I get from people saying they're not this and that. You're not a morning person because you keep telling yourself that you're not a morning person. Stop putting labels on yourself that don't align with who you want to be. Words, thoughts, they are powerful. Start speaking to yourself differently. It's not that you're not a morning person. You just haven't put in the work to wake up earlier, or you flat out just don't care to, and that's fine too. And if that's the case, I probably get on your damn nerves every morning in my social media stories. Just saying. Then there's I don't like to work out. I don't like to sweat. I'm not coordinated. Look, I've got the thickest hair and it takes forever to blow dry. You think I like sweating? I don't focus on the sweating. I'm not sweating. I'm working on my health. I'm working on my fitness goals. I'm accomplishing really freaking hard things just for me, for my confidence, for my energy. You really would not believe how often I hear the sweating thing. I really do wish I was one of those people that worked really hard and didn't sweat, because I know those crazy unicorn people are out there and I'm jealous. I, on the other hand, have never met someone who sweats worse than me until I met my husband. The guy walks to the car and sweats, bless his heart. Here's the thing about social media though. It makes you assume things about people. You assume I'm a morning person. You assume I've just always liked working out. That is false. And my husband and I are in great shape, but there are still some days where we look at each other and say, I don't wanna. Even though neither of us knows that we would ever actually not go push play, because one, we can do it from home, so that eliminates a lot of excuses. But two, because we gave ourselves the opportunity on this journey to fall in love with the way we feel after our workouts, and that takes time. Now, we were all impacted by what slapped us in the face in March of 2020, right? I don't think anyone was excited about it entirely. You may have been happy to get to stay home if you're an introvert, but it was hard on everyone to swallow, right? Especially as we realized it was going to continue on longer than anticipated. But, and I don't say this to boast, I do feel that it didn't have as negative of an impact over me, and hear me out on why. I had already set up these routines in my life prior to that. I actually set up these routines because I needed them in order to face the day I had ahead of me when I was in my corporate job. So I had already been starting my day in control before I ever stepped foot out the door. Everything else that happened after that, I knew I could face because I had already filled my cup that morning, so to speak. So when that happened, it didn't interfere with that routine I had created at all. Fortunately, because I work out from home too. That routine has such a huge impact on my day, and that is why during the pandemic, my message on social media became control the controllables. Control what you can during these uncertain times. And look, it's sounding like we may be on the verge of those times again, and I'm going to say it again because I want you to understand and feel the impact of controlling your morning. Start implementing the small changes today to overhaul your morning. Especially parents, before your kids return to school. Around here, they don't go back till the day after Labor Day. I want you to already have started this new morning routine. But even if your kids are back, start creating it. One 10-minute increment at a time, one step at a time. And if working out isn't your thing, that's okay. You can still control all the other things. Be in charge of your wake-up time. Lay out your clothes, cold water splash. I'm telling you guys, try that. Show gratitude for 3 things in your life. Turn on some music or dive into the podcast world where you can find some amazing morning inspiration to listen to while you get ready. Bottom line, control the controllables. During these uncertain and also busy times, it's so important, but really anytime. What do you have to lose? If you plan to try anything I mentioned here today, share it with me on social media or share this episode along with what you plan to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this more tactical episode today. It's something I'm asked about often. As always, thank you for tuning in and for sharing this podcast with someone else you think may connect with it. And if you share it on your social media, make sure and tag me so I can personally thank you. If you're not already following me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is @Miss_Erica_Renee. I fill my stories every day with motivation, mixed with some real life. It's time to cheers, friends. Grab your coffee, water, wine, margarita, whatever your beverage of choice is for now, and say this with me. Cheers to focusing on things we can control, controlling our minds in the mornings before someone else does, and running the day before the day runs us. Until next episode, friends. E.